In an era where everyone thinks their opinions are so damn important, I'm here to give you a little piece of my mind. Welcome to Unaffiliated the Podcast with your host, B. Seth. Let's go.
Yeah, bet. Well, welcome back to the show, fellas. And we have a very interesting and entertaining conversation for you all tonight. The topic is, how do we define a black movie?
Big facts.
So let's just give a simple definition for people who might be unaware of what this even means without diving too deep into it. Like, what do we mean when we say black movie? Just off top, without getting too deep. Name some black movies. Let's do that.
All right.
Everybody go around and name a black movie.
You got Friday.
Set it off.
You got
Juice.
Color Purple.
Color Purple. The Wood.
Belly.
The Brothers.
Menace to Society.
Waist Deep. Menace to Society. Soul Food.
Baby Boy. Best Man.
Baby Boy. Best Man.
Movies. Everything Tyler Perry.
Hey, unfortunately, yes, we do have to include those as well. Shout out to Tyler Perry, though.
All right. Not diving too deep into it, but I think, to me, I'm just going to give my personal definition. A black movie is basically something that speaks to black culture. Right.
I agree with that.
That's the main definition for me.
Okay, and for me, I agree. Like, if you're black and you see a black movie and it kind of resonates with you, it's like, oh, like, I've seen that before. Or something of that, you know, that type of energy or whatever situation is happening. I've seen that. I've experienced it. My grandma did that, or my aunts do that, or whatever.
Right.
You connect to it. So it's the connectivity, which is the cultural relevance, I would say. I also think it's important to have a black lead, because your lead is the primary perspective, point of view. So that's my two, just off rip. But what are yours, DeSean?
I mean, I agree. Now, the black lead, I think the reason why we had this conversation last time is because we was talking about The Longest Yard. And, yeah, see how Theo reacting already? But, y'all was saying The Longest Yard because it's a white lead and something about prison culture.
But it has nothing to do with the lead.
I got it.
Movie, but,
And I actually, okay, so disclaimer for all the listeners. We've had this debate 2 times now, maybe. 2 times. One time.
It's been a few.
And
it's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic in the group, for sure. We're like, that's not a black movie. It was just a white man in black kind of like 8 Mile. So I tried to stump everybody with 8 Mile. I said, is 8 Mile a black movie? And then I went to bed that night and I reflected on the stupidity that I exhibited to my friends. I said, no, that's not a black movie. It was a white dude involved in black
Is that why it was stupidity?
Yes, the point of view. I do think the point of view plays a very big factor because, like, okay, cultural relevance. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cultural relevance in 8 Mile, but we're seeing it from a different perspective.
We're seeing it from a white person's perspective.
Right. So that's a different... And this ain't no... anybody watching this is no racial shit, but I'm just being honest. We're talking about black movies. It's different when you hear it from our perspective to us.
What makes 8 Mile different is that it's Eminem's story. So it's from his upbringing, from his home life to how he had to... Everything 8 Mile was about. It's about his story.
Right.
So he's not black, so that's not talking to black culture. Just put it out there. He's not black. That's talking to his culture. That's talking to his life. Now, just because his life is mixed with hip hop does not make it.
Which doesn't take away from him and his story not being hip hop culture.
Right. It's just not black culture.
It's just not black culture.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that. So let's name some movies that are on the borderline of being a black movie or not.
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump is
that's
a
a
black
good.
movie.
I'm about to say there's not. It's about a white man.
It's about a white man. It's literally in the title.
Yeah,
Theo.
it's literally what they say.
Just
and you
because-
said something like, I mean,
Give me the exception to the rule. If you're gonna say that, give me
you
the
know
exception
what?
to the
I'm
rule.
about to say Wesley Snipes. Woody Harrison really is the
It's-
lead.
Woody Harrelson's the lead.
It's about him.
They follow him way more.
Yeah,
But so does
Great movie, by the way. Classic.
Classic
movie.
movie.
Classic
Great
film.
movie.
Classic.
I suggest to watch it if you haven't seen it.
of course.
I'm sure there's a
And-
lot of
and-
people
and
who
if
are
you
watching
haven't-
this that have not seen
I'm about
it.
to say if you haven't seen it, shame on you.
So the only reason White Man Can't Jump would not be considered a black movie is because it has a white lead. That's what we're saying right here.
I
But
think
to me,
it is a black movie though,
I think it's a black movie
It's
because
pretty
it,
but
black.
it don't fit your definition though. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so hard to define a black movie. And I never thought it was this hard to define it until we tried to define it as a group.
yeah.
Black individuals.
Right. Like, what is a black movie exactly?
But see, I guess my definition of black movie doesn't consider white leads or not. Because I'll give you another movie.
You ain't like the Adam Sandler one.
That's
Go
we're
ahead,
not
go
gonna-
ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
we're not gonna talk about that
Go
right
ahead.
now. That might come up later. We're not gonna talk about that right now. A movie that I consider a black movie is The Help. I consider The Help a black movie.
And
Now,
that-
but
and that
it does have a white lead.
Viola Davis, goated.
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 But their experiences
Is she-
in that movie.
Oh, I was going to the
It's-
sidebar.
Oh, okay.
All right, bring it up.
Bring it up. Go ahead.
You think Viola Davis the best like black actress
Of all time,
All time?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that statement.
What about Angela Bassett?
I'm not mad at Viola Davis being the best of all time.
So you gonna just bypass Angela Bassett like that?
I'm not bypassing her. I'm just saying Viola
You think
Davis
Viola
is
Davis-
hella versatile and very accomplished.
What do
There's
you think, Theo?
there's a lot of great black actresses.
And yeah, you got to think about.
name some more.
I would put Taraji in that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put her over Viola. Not me
I put
personally.
Taraji in the top, but I don't know top what. It probably wouldn't be top
And I mean, you still keep got
10 maybe.
top 10.
What Cicely?
I'm about to
Tyson?
say Cicely Tyson. I'll put
Okay,
she's up there.
so we got to think people before because
Of
we're
course.
taking about now or
It's
like
Viola
even the
Davis.
last
It's Viola
30,
Davis.
20, 30 years. It's Viola
Right now.
Davis.
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
But I don't know, 20, 30.
20.
I think about 10, 15.
Definitely 10 to 15.
Yeah.
we
Definitely.
forget about Halle Berry.
Oh.
Viola is killing Halle Berry. Acting wise.
You know what?
Acting-wise.
Acting wise, I think she might be, but
Looks wise, we
My
all
vote is
love-
for Halle Berry. You're
We
right.
all
We're not talking
wanted
about
to marry
looks-wise,
Halle
though.
Berry at one point,
I'm just saying Halle Berry has been in hella movies.
but we're talking
And
about
been great
acting
in
chops
those hella
though.
movies.
Hey.
And I'm 100%. Viola Davis
Yeah.
is a great actress.
her acting in Monster Ball was top, like top notch. It was the best acting I've ever seen.
All right.
And you know that was acting, Theo. You know that was some great acting. Don't come on now. Come on, Theo. You seen
What
the
a
movie.
disappointing film.
Monsters Ball?
I actually like Monster Ball, bro.
Monsters Ball was great, but
Well,
It was a good movie, but
Never
you know
mind.
the best scene was definitely Halle Berry.
all right,
maybe that's why I'm disappointed.
because that's
You like, hey, you like Halle Berry partner. You like her partner, bro. Bro, was you disappointed in her partner?
I was a little jealous.
So we gonna automatically just drop White Man Can't Jump from black movies?
No,
I'm
I
not
think White
saying
Man
that. I'm
Can't
just saying
Jump.
there's a.
I think White Man Can't Jump should be inducted into the black movie.
Exactly.
I think it is. All I'm saying is I can understand someone arguing the point of.
But I'm saying it's
it
fitting that
not
same
being-
guideline.
No, it's not.
What's the difference?
It's speaking to so at least White Man Can't Jump is still speaking a lot towards black culture in the movie. Longest Yard, there's nothing about black culture in that.
It's not really a black movie for real.
Longest
you
Yard
don't
is
really
the-
see much black in the Longest Yard besides a bunch
What?
of black prisoners.
Okay, hey, define
Right.
black then. I'm confused.
Now, Life is a black movie with Eddie Murphy and
Life is definitely a black
Martin.
movie.
Life
That's
is
a black movie.
because
That's a prison movie.
but
But it's black.
it's speaking to the black. It's speaking
black,
solely
like
to
they
the
show so
black
much
experience.
black culture.
Tell me.
They show
Explain
before prison. They show during prison. They show after prison. These are doing
Yes, it's
in
speaking.
every
How you
phase.
doing in prison though?
Oh my god.
No, don't make these noises. Tell me and take your hands off your eyes, cause you're telling me in Longest Yard they're not doing shit in prison. Tell me how Life is doing
Life. I'll say this.
or
Life.
Lockdown, cause Lockdown's a black movie that's
With Master P?
Yeah, with Master
Oh, that's
P.
definitely a black movie.
I was.
Yeah. So tell me how these.
I'm not saying it can't be a black movie. It's based in prison. I'm just
Right.
saying prison doesn't mean it's a black movie.
Right.
I'm not saying. I never said that.
I'm just saying. I'm clarifying.
I
I'm
never
clarifying.
said if it's in prison, it's a black. It's a black movie. I'm not gonna put that on my people. I love my
Okay.
people.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Deshaun.
Hey, I was a little worried. I was a little worried.
But no, like the way Life is a black movie is because that to me that still talks to the black experience. It's all black. Like it's all black prisoners for one.
Yeah.
So it's all speaking to that experience. There's a lot of black that happens in that movie that people can relate, even though it's in prison. There's a lot of that people can relate to. And then it's also speaking to like the cultural dynamics that was going on back then.
Right.
Like, the segregation, racism, all that. It was still speaking to that. It's very much a black movie to me. Longest Yard speaks nothing to that. It speaks to prison culture and football. That's it.
Yeah, you ain't explaining to me, my nigga.
I feel like I explained a lot there, Deshaun.
It's basically the same as long as
What white people you know talking about cornbread like that, man?
You tell
You
me
know
white,
what I'm talking about, Brian.
You
You know what I'm talking about?
You tell me white people don't like cornbread, Theo.
I ain't. I don't
White
know.
people love cornbread.
I have no
I think
idea.
everybody love cornbread, bro. Cornbread be
The
hidden.
way that was talking about cornbread in life, bro.
Hey, cornbread be hidden, dog. Everybody like that.
No cornbread be hitting. I ain't never heard a white person talk about cornbread like that.
Hey, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, dog.
Yo, how do we get here?
I don't know.
You say you love cornbread?
Yeah.
I love cornbread too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you pair your cornbread with?
Hey, my Thanksgiving food.
You asking a lot of questions, bro.
So I just pair my cornbread with myself.
I pair it with cornbread.
I eat that.
Pair it with a fork.
I pair it with my taste buds. That's what I pair it with.
Do we come to a conclusion?
No.
Be sure to follow Unaffiliated the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now on YouTube.